Hi everybody, welcome to the mock-up fitting video. My name is Bria Fleming. I'm the founder of Incidental Wildland, and I'll be taking you through the process of fitting the mock cotton pair of Wildland pants that you just ordered. You're going to want the mock-up itself, the bag of safety pins that came with the mock-up. I'd also recommend you wear your fire boots for the fitting, and if you tuck in your shirt, wear your shirt as well. Let's get started. To get started, we'll pin the waist to size. You'll do this one of two ways. If you've ordered a pair of pants with an elastic waistband, you'll notice the end of the elastic sticking out the inside of the waistband here. All you'll need to do to fit the pants is to pull the elastic as tight as you want it and pin it in place. Your final pants will come with a self-adjusting elastic waistband that you can fit to your size with the buttons. If you have not ordered an elastic waistband, you'll pin the pants to size using both side seams as follows. Pinch out any extra space in the side seams and pin each side. It's not super important that these two sides are exactly the same, but you want to shoot for mostly the same. Give that a test by moving your legs around a little bit. And if you feel like the waist is now at a good circumference for your body, perform some simple movements like squats and knee raises to make sure that you still have plenty of mobility and that you didn't raise or lower the crotch length too much. If that movement feels good, you'll repeat the exact same step with the hips. The hip level is marked with a double line on your mock-up. And you'll use your pins to simply pinch out any extra space in your hips. Remember that as a protective garment, the dead air space between your skin and the fabric is part of the protective quality of the pants. So we do not want to make these skin tight. Also, if you're someone like me who tends to shove a bunch of stuff in their cargo pockets, remember that you want a little bit of extra room there as well. Also, a quick note about the orientation of the pins. You can see I'm placing all of my pins parallel to the seam rather than perpendicular. The reason for that is when I place the pin like this, it does not allow for that fabric to open back up again. This gives me a very clear picture of how much space you want taken out. If I were to orient this pin the other way, perpendicular to the seam, you can see that as soon as I take my hands away, the fabric separates back out. And this pin might give me an idea of how much space you want taken out, but I would have to guess. And the more I have to guess, the less accurate the fit is going to be. So as you go through this video, please follow along with what I do as closely as possible. Once you've got the hip pinned correctly to the fit that you would prefer, go ahead and do another couple leg raises and maybe a squat or two. Make sure that you didn't take up too much space. And now we'll do the exact same step at the knee. I personally like my pants a little bit more relaxed in the fit, so I don't think I'm going to pin any room out of this knee at all. If you have some extra space you want to pin out, you'll just pin exactly like you did at the waist and the hip. And put a pin along that side seam, taking out as much space as you'd like. Now we'll be pinning the ankle circumference and the hem. This is going to involve a little trial and error unless you have somebody to help you. And this is also why I recommend wearing your fire boots for the fitting, because that will give you a more accurate idea of the length that you want. So because the pants will come up a little bit every time you bend over, you can kind of bend over, pin the pants to a length that you think you'd like, stand back up again, and then use your phone or a mirror to double check. And I actually think I want those a little bit longer, so I'm gonna roll these out a little bit more and replace my pin. That's better. You can also adjust the ankle circumference at this point as well if you'd like to take up some of this space in the ankle. Throw another pin, just like you did with the hip and the waist and the knee, parallel to that side seam to take out a little extra space in your ankle circumference. Last but not least, we're going to perform a double check on all the pinning that you just did. And how we do that is just, again, some more leg raises, some more squats. Make sure you've got plenty of space and that your movement's not restricted. If you've done all this adjusting and find out that when you pinned your waist to size and your crotch length is in the right position, you end up with pants with a little bit of a higher rise than you'd like, this is where you'll utilize these vertical lines, these horizontal lines that have been drawn on the pants. And what you can do is, if you want to bring the rise down, you'll use a pin and you'll pick which line you want, and you'll just place a pin at that line at both the front and the back of the pants. And I think my back rise is pretty good, but I do want one line down in the front. So this is just telling me that you want the bottom of the waistband seam to be here instead of here. And that's it. You did it. Before you take your mock-up off, please take the 4 photos requested in the packet that came with your mock-up: front, back, profile, and squat. I refer to those photos as I'm making your pattern. And I will ask you for any clarifying questions or if I need you to retake any of those photos before you send your mock-up back.